Hello, I'm Marcia Andrewsy, and I'm the mayor here in Acworth, Georgia, and we want to welcome you to our beautiful Lake City, Tree City, and historic community.
Acworth has a rich and diverse history. It began as a railroad town. It evolved through the Civil War, seeing much action, but due to the strong pioneer spirit of its earliest settlers, it recovered quickly. After the difficult Reconstruction years, Acworth prospered. Much of what you see along her main street today is the result of the prosperity of that Victorian 1880s era.
When I was a little kid, we used to have a lot of fun coming downtown. You know, back when I was coming up downtown, you had everything you needed. And it was fun growing up in Acworth. I never experienced no problem. You know, it was just a great place to be. That's why I never left.
We're here in Cup of Joe's in Acworth. It's one of our new shops, a very innovative and unique shop that has taken an old warehouse building that was serving as Acworth's hardware store and has recreated it for an adaptive use into a coffee bar and a ceramic shop. I think Acworth has given inspiration to a number of new types of businesses and investments in our community because we have a community that is rich in history, has great beauty in its old buildings, and it is inspiring a lot of new investment. One of the things that I have found as mayor from many of the people that have come forward and talked to me about why they're in our community is they are drawn to Acworth because of its rich beauty, recreation, of historic downtown core, and wonderful historic neighborhoods that all give us a very tight community and village environment. We're not quite urban, but we get the impact of the urban environment from the metro area. And we're no longer quite rural because this was a community that was founded on agricultural and railroad opportunity. I think now it would be appropriate to say that we're a urban environment, and that would encapsulate sort of our personality. Behind us is our historic downtown core business district. Come take a stroll with us today and get to know some of our merchants and citizens up close.
We came to Acworth and we like the small town feel and the convenience to downtown Atlanta. The ease access that you have to your government officials is very nice, and also the quality of the neighborhoods around. And Cobb County's got a great school system it's a great place to raise a family.
When Darlene and I decided to open a business, we were looking for a small town atmosphere, and we thought Acworth has a lot of potential. And the renovations and the building that's going on in the area has proved that we were right to choose Acworth. We've been in business here about 5 years, and we're doing quite well, and we're very happy with the community response and the organizations that work together to accomplish even more than we had ever dreamed possible.
Well, I have a vision for Acworth. Looking 10 years into the future, I see all the shops full, the facade fronts of all the buildings all completely done over, going back to the historic look and character that our city is known for. I see shop owners that are prosperous, business people wanting to come to Main Street, and basically a totally revitalized business environment.
Part of the struggles that Acworth has gone through is much like many small towns throughout the nation. As the urban revival period started, where small communities were trying to compete with the malls and the new complexes that were being developed from counties and large cities, the cities of Acworth, much like other small communities, started trying to act like the malls and covered up much of what their architecture and their historic heritage had been.
First of all, we're very pleased to have the opportunity to begin renovation of this building, and we're really trying to do as much restoration as possible, taking the building back to its early 1900s vintage and architectural style. We've already stripped and painted the original cast iron metalwork on the front of the building. As you know, that's very characteristic of early 1900s. So we were able to strip that down, remove a lot of the paint, and get back to some of the detail that was or is in that cast iron. We're spirited, if you will, to get that job done early because of the wonderful facade grant program that the city of Acworth has. That has been a tremendous catalyst to cause many of us to just stop and go ahead and do something that we otherwise would have just kept putting off and putting off.
Well, we took the suspended ceiling out of the building, found a great transom window and a wonderful beadboard ceiling. And a lot of these things have to be brought back to give the charm of what the building was and what everybody nowadays is looking for. So we'll do our best to make that work once again. And all the hardware's there, it just needs to be a little bit of loving care.
What we have seen is a revival in the last few years of recognizing the potential of Acworth and starting to undo some of the masking of the building's beauty from the years past. So now we have merchants that are beginning to go in and take down these old facades that are covering up the beautiful storefronts. They're refurbishing, readapting, and we even have new construction that is taking place in our downtown area that has the historic qualities of some of our old brickwork and reminiscent of many of the buildings that are turn of the century.
We're standing in the old Lemon Bank building, which is one of our historic buildings in downtown Acworth, and it houses our newest store, B's Gifts. What I like about this building is that it has much of the original character. The original bricks are behind me. Over the years they were plastered over, but when this building was rehabilitated, they decided to tear off a little of the plaster and let us see what's underneath.
The unprecedented coming together of city government, county government, business community, business associations, the Historical Preservation Society here in the community have all come together in order to be able to fulfill a common desire to preserve Acworth and really turn this into an oasis, if you will, an oasis of comfort in something of a sea of contemporary subdivisions. And if that's our goal, then the Main Street project has allowed us to all to coordinate our efforts and to quite literally drive down Main Street together instead of going in different directions with each person or each organization working on its own separate project.
We are in the process of saving and restoring and freezing in time, if you would, one of our important parts of our cityscape called the Old Mill. And the city has taken the initiative along with some state government officials to basically have a restoration process. And this marks the beginning, I think, of the community and the government really beginning to understand how important historic tourism is going to be.
Well, I see with the next few years, it's going to be back to where it used to be. I think it's going to be thriving again because, well, the stuff the DDA is trying to do, I think the improvements they're making is going to draw people back to downtown. It's going to make the downtown area just a place that you want to be.
And our people in our community are very loving, creative. They're very humble people. They enjoy small town atmosphere and family activities. And I think the Main Street program would really embrace so many of the things that we keep as ideals and principles in our community.
As a city council member, I'm 100% dedicated and committed to the Main Street program. I see it as a very influential part of economic redevelopment for the downtown area of Acworth.
What we have recognized now is with such beauty and the potential of our old buildings, we are showing that we can unveil those and become not only the rough diamond, but the polished diamond. And we're very excited as leaders within the community and our business leaders and the government and our citizens are all coming together, working very hard, trying to preserve what we have, but embellish it and to also polish it so that others can appreciate what we know and have in our heart, that we have a wonderful community here and such beauty that we hope that others will recognize it.
At this time, I would like to call on GMA immediate past president Bob Sosley to recognize Georgia's newest Main Street citizen. Bob.
Good morning. It's a real pleasure for me to be here this morning as chairman of the Main Street Advisory Committee for the state of Georgia. And it's really exciting the years that we add new cities to the program. For those of you that are not familiar with Main Street, it's the most successful nationwide program for downtown revitalization and redevelopment that is going. We now have more than 40 Main Street cities in Georgia. And if I tried to name them all, I'd leave somebody out. But they reach from Valdosta in the south to Dalton in the north. So we've got them all over the state. Mainly cities from 5,000 population on up. And as soon as Monticello grows to 5,000, we're going to get them in the Main Street program. We won't start Mayor Holmes out there pushing our program. But it is great. I would like to say, for those cities that were not chosen, we look forward to having your applications back next year. Keep working at it, because both our cities this year did not get in the program the first year they applied. And we're so proud of the cities that are coming in this year. We know there'll be great additions to the Main Street family. And I'd like to ask our first new Main Street city, Mayor Marcia Rusi, for the city of Acworth to come forward and receive your designation.
Hello, I'm Marcia Rusi, and I'm the mayor here in Acworth, Georgia. And we want to welcome you to our beautiful Lake City, Tree City, and historic community.
Looking 10 years into the future, I see all the shops full, the facade fronts of all the buildings, all completely done over, going back to the historic look and character that our city is known for.
They're refurbishing, readapting, and we even have new construction that is taking place in our downtown area.
I think with the next 50 years, it's going to move back to where it used to be. I think it's going to be right over here because, well, stuff that DDA is trying to do, I think the improvements they're making is going to draw people back to downtown. It's going to make the downtown area just a place that you want to be.
Congratulations, Marcia. We are real proud of your community and the leadership that you provide. Congratulations and welcome to the Main Street family.
I want to say thank you to GMA. Bob has been a tremendous encouragement and steward for our efforts. This is so exciting for us. We have a few of our community leaders here today. They are all partners to this effort. There's a lot of them that couldn't be here. The theme of our application was driving Main Street together. It has been an outstanding, exciting experience to grow through this process. We've had so much encouragement from the state and other community leaders that we could not have done this together alone. It takes everyone, and we are just so honored and excited to be part of this program. We thank the Department of Community Affairs, the Department of Natural Resources, and especially the Department of Industry, Trade, and Tourism. This is such a wonderful day for Acworth. Thank you, and please give these partners and these hard-working citizens a big round of applause. It's their effort. Our downtown development director could not be here, but this is the chairman, Ms. Sherry Levine, and she did just so much. It's about partnering with schools. It's about partnering with all of our civic groups. It is truly public and private working working together. Thank you again.
I would just like to thank all the community leaders. We're accepting this award on behalf of all the citizens of Acworth, of all the organizations that supported us, of all the letters of support, to Mid South Communications, who did a fantastic job on our video this year. Third time's the charm, and we are ready.
And she is right, they are ready. And as you can see, they have a great amount of enthusiasm in Acworth. Our next recipient and our next newest city in the Main Street program, I was afraid not to select them this year. They brought a busload of folks to the selection meeting. But we are so happy to have...
Let's have a good time. You stand adjourned.
No, it wasn't. It was just, I worked real hard. Oh, that's just so fine. So fine. Let me just get out here. How you doing? How you doing? No, you're dressed up. You gotta go peek out because I've got a flat angle. I get all the audience. Okay.
There you go.
What are you going to do with this tape? It occurred to me that it could be bribery.
I think we're in big trouble. You're at the dead, so. Okay, we done. So we're trying to...
Congratulations. Good.